The city of light never sleeps, but tonight Paris feels different. The stars above seem brighter, casting their silver glow over the cobblestone streets where history whispers through every corner. The world's media has descended upon this extraordinary city, cameras poised, journalists ready to capture every moment of what promises to be more than just another match. But behind the glittering facade of preparation, something weighs heavy in the air. The organizers move with practiced smiles, deflecting questions with diplomatic grace, yet their eyes betray a concern they dare not voice. Neymar Jr., the golden boy of Brazilian football, remains undecided. The world holds its breath, waiting for his answer. Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese maestro whose name echoes through stadiums worldwide, catches wind of this uncertainty. His jaw tightens with determination as he realizes what this moment truly means. This isn't merely a friendly match, it's something far greater, something that transcends the boundaries of sport itself. The Eiffel Tower stands sentinel in the distance as Ronaldo makes his way through the quiet Parisian streets. His footsteps echo against the ancient stones, each step carrying the weight of years spent chasing perfection. He knows where to find Neymar. Some bonds run deeper than fame, deeper than competition. The Café on Rue de Rivoli glows warmly against the midnight hour. Through the window, Ronaldo spots the familiar silhouette. Neymar sits alone at a corner table, his fingers tracing patterns on the condensation of his untouched coffee cup. The Brazilian's usual radiant smile is nowhere to be found, replaced instead by the heavy contemplation of a man at a crossroads. Ronaldo enters without announcement, sliding into the seat across from his friend. No words are exchanged initially. The silence speaks volumes. Two legends, two warriors who have battled side by side and against each other, now sit in the intimate quiet of shared understanding. The whole world is watching. Neymar finally whispers, his voice barely audible above the cafe's ambient hum. His eyes remain fixed on the swirling liquid in his cup, as if searching for answers in its dark depths. Ronaldo leans back, studying his friend's troubled expression. When has that ever stopped you? I've seen you dance through defenses with the entire American roaring your name. Since when does the spotlight frighten Neymar Jr.? A bitter laugh escapes Neymar's lips. It's not about fear, Chris. It's about purpose. What does this all mean anymore? We've won trophies, broken records, made history. But what legacy are we really leaving behind? The question hangs in the air like incense, heavy with meaning. Ronaldo's fingers drum against the wooden table as he considers his response. Outside, a couple walks hand in hand beneath the streetlights, lost in their own world of simple happiness. You want to know about legacy? Ronaldo's voice carries the weight of experience, of countless battles fought and won. Legacy isn't carved in marble or gold. It's written in the hearts of everyone who watches us play and dares to dream bigger. They leave the caf as the clock strikes 1, stepping out into the crisp Parisian night. The Seine flows gently beside them as they walk, its waters reflecting the city lights like scattered diamonds. This is their stage now, not the grand stadiums with their roaring crowds, but the intimate theater of friendship and honest conversation. Remember when we first met? Ronaldo asks, his breath forming small clouds in the cool air. You were this kid from Santos, all skill and swagger, thinking you could take on the world single-handedly. Neymar chuckles, the first genuine smile of the evening crossing his features. And you were the established king, looking at me like I was just another pretender to your throne. Maybe I was, Ronaldo admits with a grin, but you proved me wrong pretty quickly. That first Champions League match when you nutmegged 3 defenders in a row, I knew then that you weren't just talented, you were special. Their footsteps echo along the empty promenade as they pass the Louvre, its glass pyramid gleaming like a crystal beacon in the darkness. The weight of centuries of art and culture surrounds them, reminding both men of their place in the grand tapestry of human achievement. Do you ever wonder what it would have been like if we had played together from the beginning? Neymar asks, his voice thoughtful. If circumstances had been different, if we had been teammates instead of rivals for all these years. Ronaldo pauses, considering the question that has probably crossed both their minds countless times. Sometimes, but maybe rivalry made us both better. Iron sharpens iron, as they say. We pushed each other to heights neither of us might have reached alone. A group of late-night revelers passes by, their laughter and chatter briefly interrupting the solitude. One of them recognizes the 2 football legends and starts to approach, but something in their demeanor, the serious set of their shoulders, the intimate nature of their conversation makes him think better of it. This match tomorrow, Neymar says as they continue walking, the organizers are calling it a celebration of football, a bridge between generations. But it feels like an ending to me, like we're being put on display one last time before being relegated to history books. The vulnerability in his voice surprises even himself. This is Neymar stripped of all pretense, without the cameras and the crowd. Just a man confronting the reality of time's relentless march. Ronaldo stops walking and turns to face his friend directly. You think I don't feel it too? The weight of years, the knowledge that every match could be our last dance? But that's exactly why this matters, nay, not because it's an ending, but because it's a reminder of why we started. They find themselves at the Pont Neuf, the oldest standing bridge across the Seine. Below them, the river continues its eternal journey toward the sea, indifferent to human concerns yet somehow comforting in its constancy. They lean against the stone railing, two figures silhouetted against the city's glow. Tell me something, Ronaldo says, his voice taking on a more serious tone. When you close your eyes and think about football, not the contracts, not the endorsements, not the media circus, what do you see? Neymar closes his eyes, and for a moment, the years seem to fall away. I see myself as a kid in Villa Belmiro, juggling a worn-out ball that cost more than my family could afford. I see my father working double shifts just so I could keep playing. I see the joy on people's faces when they watch the beautiful game. Exactly, Ronaldo nods. That kid is still in there. Nay, he's the one who made you fall in love with this sport. He's the one who turned you into the player millions of kids around the world want to emulate. A gentle breeze carries the scent of fresh bread from a nearby bakery beginning its early morning preparations. Dawn is still hours away, but the city never truly sleeps, always preparing for another day of dreams and possibilities. But what if I disappoint them? Neymar's question comes out barely above a whisper. What if tomorrow, in front of all those cameras, all those eyes, I'm just ordinary? Ronaldo laughs, a sound filled with both amusement and affection. Ordinary? Nay, I've shared pitches with you for over a decade. I've seen you create magic when it seemed impossible. Ordinary is the one thing you could never be, even if you tried. They begin walking again, their destination unclear, but their purpose crystallizing with each step. The conversation flows between Portuguese and Spanish, between memories and dreams, between the weight of expectation and the lightness of pure love for the game. Remember that match in El Clásico? Ronaldo asks, a mischievous glint in his eye. 2017, when you scored that incredible free kick? I was so angry at you for making it look effortless. Angry enough to score a hat trick in the return leg. Neymar counters with a grin. That's what I'm talking about. We made each other better by refusing to accept anything less than extraordinary. They pass by a small park where a group of teenagers are playing football under the streetlights, their shouts and laughter echoing off the surrounding buildings. Both men stop to watch, drawn by the pure joy radiating from these young players who care nothing for fame or fortune, only for the ball at their feet. Look at them, Ronaldo says softly. That's what it's all about. That's what we're really playing for tomorrow, not the cameras or the critics, but for every kid who dreams of moments like this. One of the teenagers recognizes them and whispers excitedly to his friends, but they're too absorbed in their game to stop. A perfect through ball, a clever turn, a celebratory dance, every element of the beautiful game played out in miniature on this modest patch of grass. They don't care about our ages or our legacies, Neymar observes, his voice filled with wonder. They just see two players who love the game as much as they do. Exactly. And tomorrow, when we step onto that pitch, we're not just representing ourselves or our countries. We're representing every person who has ever felt the magic of football, who has ever believed that with a ball at their feet, anything is possible. They continue their nocturnal journey through Paris, passing landmarks that have witnessed centuries of human triumph and struggle. The Arc de Triomphe stands majestic in the distance, a testament to achievement and perseverance, qualities both men know intimately. Can I tell you something I've never admitted to anyone? Neymar asks as they walk down the Champs-Élysées, the famous avenue empty except for the occasional taxi or late-night wanderer. Of course, sometimes I wonder if I peaked too early, if all my best moments are behind me, and everything from now on is just a slow decline into irrelevance. Ronaldo stops walking again, this time placing a firm hand on Neymar's shoulder. Listen to me, my friend. I'm 5 years older than you, and I'm still finding new ways to love this game. Age doesn't diminish magic, it refines it. It teaches you to appreciate every touch, every pass, every moment on the pitch. But the pressure is a privilege, Ronaldo interrupts gently. It means people still believe in us. It means we still matter. The day that pressure disappears is the day we've truly lost our relevance. A street musician sits on a nearby corner, his guitar case open for donations as he plays a soft, melancholic tune. The melody seems to capture the bittersweet nature of their conversation, the acknowledgement of time's passage coupled with the celebration of moments that transcend it. You know what I love most about playing against you? Ronaldo asks as they listen to the music for a moment. My devastating good looks, Neymar jokes, the tension finally beginning to lift from his shoulders. Your unpredictability. Even after all these years, you can surprise me. You see the game differently than anyone else. That's not something that fades with age, that's something that only gets more valuable. They reach the Place de la Concorde, where the grand obelisk stands as a silent sentinel in the center of the square. The fountains flow continuously, their gentle splashing creating a peaceful soundtrack to their conversation. What do you think happens after? Neymar asks, settling onto the edge of one of the fountains. When we can't play anymore, when our bodies finally say no more? Ronaldo joins him, considering the question that every athlete must eventually face. I think we become something different. Not less than what we were, but evolved. We become the keepers of the flame, the ones who pass on what we've learned. And what have we learned? That football is more than a game. It's a language that everyone understands, a way of connecting hearts across continents. It's the closest thing we have to magic in this world. The city begins to show the first subtle signs of approaching dawn, a slight lightening of the sky, the distant sound of delivery trucks beginning their routes. But for Ronaldo and Neymar, time seems suspended in this moment of honest reflection. I had a dream last night, Neymar says suddenly. I was back in Santos, playing in the streets with my childhood friends. We didn't have proper goals, just two rocks marking each end, but I was happier than I'd been in years. Dreams have a way of reminding us what truly matters, Ronaldo replies. Maybe that's what tomorrow is about, remembering that happiness, that pure love for the game. A lone jogger passes by, giving them a curious glance before continuing on her morning run. Life continues its steady rhythm around them. But in this bubble of conversation and connection, the two football legends exist in their own temporal space. Tell me about your first professional goal, Ronaldo asks, steering the conversation toward brighter memories. Neymar's face lights up with the recollection. Santos vs Host, 2009. I was 17, so nervous I could barely tie my boots. But when the ball came to me in the box, everything else disappeared. It was just me, the ball, and the goal. And how did it feel? Like coming home. Like everything I'd worked for, every sacrifice my family had made, was finally worth it. I cried on the pitch not from sadness, but from pure joy. Ronaldo nods knowingly. My first goal for Sporting, I was the same age. The crowd erupted, and I remember thinking, this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. That feeling never really goes away, does it? No, Neymar agrees. It just gets buried sometimes under all the other stuff, the politics, the pressure, the expectations. But it's always there, waiting to be rediscovered. They sit in comfortable silence for a while, watching the city slowly wake up around them. A few early morning commuters begin to appear, hurrying to catch buses or trains, their minds focused on the day ahead. In contrast, the two footballers exist in a state of timeless reflection. Can I ask you something personal? Neymar says eventually. Always. Do you ever regret the choices you've made? The clubs you've joined? The moves you've made? Ronaldo considers this carefully. Regret is too strong a word, but do I wonder about alternative paths? Of course. What if I had stayed at Manchester United longer? What if I had chosen a different club after Real Madrid? But those thoughts are just echoes. The path we walked is the one that brought us here, to this moment. And this moment is two friends sitting by a fountain in Paris, remembering why they fell in love with football in the first place. If that's not worth all the difficult decisions and sacrifices, I don't know what is. The sun begins to peek over the Parisian rooftops, painting the sky in soft shades of pink and gold. The magical quality of the night starts to give way to the practical concerns of the approaching day, but the spell of their conversation remains unbroken. The match is in 8 hours, Neymar observes, checking his watch. Nervous, strangely, no, for the first time in weeks, I feel clear, ready. Ronaldo smiles, recognizing the transformation that has taken place during their night-long journey through the city and through their memories. Good, because the world needs to see you play tomorrow. Not the Neymar who's worried about legacy or expectations, but the one who fell in love with a worn-out ball in Villa Belmiro. They begin the walk back toward their hotel, the streets gradually filling with the early morning crowd. Cafe owners raise their shutters, preparing for another day of serving coffee and croissants to locals and tourists alike. The ordinary magic of a city coming to life surrounds them. You know what I realized tonight? Neymar says as they navigate the awakening streets. What's that? We've been so focused on what we're leaving behind that we forgot about what we're still creating. Every time we play, we're not just honoring our past, we're inspiring someone's future. Now you're getting it. Ronaldo grins. Football isn't about endings. It's about continuity, about passing the torch while still carrying the flame. As they near their hotel, they can see the gathering media presence vans with satellite dishes, reporters checking their equipment, the entire machinery of modern sports journalism preparing to document every moment of the upcoming match. Ready to face the circus? Ronaldo asks with amusement. With you, always. But before they enter the hotel, Ronaldo stops one final time. His expression grows serious, intense, as if he's about to share something that has been building throughout their entire conversation. Nay, I need you to understand something. This match tomorrow, yes, it's for the world. It's for everyone who will watch, everyone who dreams of playing football at the highest level. But when we're out there on that pitch, when the whistle blows and the ball is at our feet, he pauses, making sure his words carry the full weight of their meaning. The dance we perform on that field, that's for us. For every moment we've shared as rivals and friends, for every time we've pushed each other to be better, for every dream we've chased and every barrier we've broken. That dance is ours, and no one can take it away from us. The words hit Neymar like a revelation, awakening something deep within him that had been dormant for too long. Suddenly, he's not the conflicted superstar worried about his legacy, he's the barefoot kid from Rio, chasing a ball through dusty streets with nothing but joy in his heart. The transformation is visible, almost physical. His shoulders straighten, his eyes brighten, and that trademark smile, the one that has charmed fans across the globe, returns to his face with full force. You're right, he says, his voice filled with renewed energy. This isn't about proving anything to anyone else. It's about celebrating what we are, what we've always been, to players who believe in the magic of this beautiful game. As they enter the hotel lobby, Neymar feels the weight of indecision lifting from his shoulders. The child within him, the one who first felt the intoxicating thrill of football on the streets of Rio, has been awakened. Today isn't an ending, it's a celebration of every beginning, every moment of pure joy that brought them to this point. The dance awaits, and they're ready to perform it together, under the Paris stars, for the world and for themselves.